Hello everyone, I will be exposing Steven Crowder. In today's video, we will continue to expose Steven misinforming his audience on veganism.
Veganism, this is something you don't hear a lot, is potentially much worse for the planet.
No.
Let me cycle through this. Omnivorous farming is actually a lot more sustainable than the vegan model. Mainly due to plowing, intense cropping.
Yeah.
In the UK, the topsoil depletion is so bad that the farmers think they may actually never be able to harvest that land at all. Again.
Wow. Yep.
So the way to combat this, the topsoil, is just letting the land, just letting it return to being grazed pasture for a period, and that results in complete halting of the erosion, and it rebuilds the soil.
So now let's take a look at some of the science behind what Steven is saying and see if it supports his point of view. And so in the US, only 27% of crops that are grown there are fed directly to humans, whilst 67% of the crops grown in the US are fed directly to livestock animals. So straight away we can see there's a complete disparity in land use, which means that we could probably guess that animal agriculture is the main culprit in topsoil erosion, as the majority of the soil that's destroyed is used for animal agriculture. There's a 5-year study that came out from the University of Oxford. It looked at 40,000 farms in 119 countries and looked at the primary 40 foods that we consume that makes up 90% of our diet. It was published in the journal Nature and is considered as the most comprehensive analysis of farming and the environment ever conducted. They said that 83% of global farmland is dedicated to animal agriculture, yet it only produces 18% of calories. So I think we can see straight away looking at the science that it's probably animal agriculture that's the main culprit. The research also found that grass-fed beef, thought to be relatively low impact, was still responsible for much higher impacts than plant-based food. Furthermore, an international team of researchers from all across the world looked into the arguments in favor of grass-fed beef to see if they had any veracity and credibility when scrutinized against the science. They discovered that the potential of grazing ruminants to soil carbon sequestration is small, time-limited, reversible, and substantially outweighed by the greenhouse gas emissions they generate. Therefore, the ambitious claims made by advocates of grass-fed livestock about grazing as a significant mitigation opportunity are thus unfounded. They also stated that spread out across the globe, 1 gram of protein per person per day comes from solely grass-fed animals, as compared to 32 grams of protein per person per day coming from all other animal sources, including fish, and 49 grams of protein per person per day coming from plant sources. However, when it comes to land use, ruminants collectively use about 1/4 of the Earth's usable surface, so even if exaggerated claims about carbon sequestration were true, it is simply not possible to carry on eating as much meat and dairy as trends indicate and obtain it through grass-fed systems alone. So we can quite clearly see that, stacked against the science, Steven's claims don't make any sense, and his primary source to justify what it is that he's saying actually only proves that rewilding farmland is the best thing for the soil and best thing for the environment, which is exactly what we as vegans are advocating for. So scrutinized against the science, Steven has absolutely no point and inadvertently has actually proved himself wrong through the sources that he has used.
Why didn't Steven do his research and know that it takes more land to grow crops to feed animals, which then more land has to be taken up just to raise cows, pigs, and chickens? Thank you for watching my video. There's so much more exposing to do on Steven with the veganism topic. Stay tuned for more future videos. Let's end this by seeing the comments from Steven's own video and what some of his fans have to say.
Oh, is that what they told you? So you're just lazy with your research?